What impact did the global pandemic have on heavy-duty parts? It turns out a big one. 90% of shops have had to look beyond their usual vendors to source a part. Hello there, I'm Jacob Findlay, co-founder and executive chairman of Fullbay. I'm thrilled to present the second annual State of Heavy Duty Repair Report. This is the only report out there that goes into detail about how the commercial repair industry has fared over the last year. Over 900 people took our comprehensive survey, and then we paired that information with data collected from within Fullbay itself, provided by a sample of 500 shops that have been using our app for at least 12 months. Together with our partners TMC and Motor, we distilled this data into a snapshot of the diesel world right now. In this video, I'm going to share just a few of the things that we've learned. And if you find this information even half as interesting as we did, then we invite you to pick up the complete report at heavydutyreport.com to learn more. First, let's talk demographics. Who is running America's diesel repair shops, and who works for them? Well, 53% of the shops we spoke to identified themselves as independent repair shops, while 26% focused on internal fleet repair. In addition, 32% of the folks we talked to had been in business for over 20 years. That is impressive. And 29% of respondents were fairly new, having been around for about 5 years or less. We also learned that the average age range of repair shop employees tends to skew younger, between 25 to 34 years old. But still, 7% of respondents were 65 or older, so there is a good range represented. Women are still a considerable minority in the industry. Just 17% of the respondents were women, the other 83% being men. The top 5 roles represented were owner, executive, marketing, technician, and service manager. Next up, revenue. It's important, it's on everyone's mind. What are shops earning? Almost everyone we talked to saw some dip in revenue from 2019 to 2020, largely due to the coronavirus pandemic and the uncertainty it brought with it. But things began to pick up at the end of 2020, and 2021 showed us an average year-over-year growth rate of about 18%. Now, what are shops doing to earn that revenue? The lion's share is drawn from in-shop repair, mobile repair, and welding or fabrication. But we are more surprised to see what shops aren't offering much of, like towing and emergency repair, both of which are proven to be strong revenue drivers. Just about everyone in the industry has been impacted by the parts shortage. All told, 82% of our respondents tell us they've had at least some disruption in their usual parts channels. In addition, 90% of shops have had to go beyond their usual vendors just to source parts. Meanwhile, of the shops that did manage to get parts, 84% of them faced delays in receiving them, some minor, some significant. Wow, that is a lot of information, right? The last few minutes have just scratched the surface of all the data this report provides. We dive into things like technician efficiency, hourly rates and raises, what shops are charging for DIAG and DOT inspections, and even monthly revenue generated by techs. We also cover modern marketing and back office information like who's using what accounting software. It's a comprehensive, fascinating report, and we at Fullbay are immensely proud of it. You can download it at heavydutyreport.com and see for yourself where the diesel industry is headed.